Big Dog 97.9. Let's begin.
We start with our first laugh. Tom Papa on coloring books made for adults.
There's adult coloring books now. Adult coloring books. And they're popular. I saw a grown man on the floor of an airport. A man laying on his stomach on the floor of an airport, just coloring, just... Why even wear pants? My friend's like, no, Tom, you don't understand. They are adult. I have one. It's a Game of Thrones coloring book. Oh, my apologies. I thought it was something childish, like The Hobbit. I had no idea it was Game of Thrones. That must be stressful with all the snow in that show. Having to use the white crayon, you never really know if it's working or not.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
What do we got?
What did the digital clock say to the grandfather clock?
I don't know.
Look, Grandpa, no hands.
Pretty good. All right. Thank you, Jules.
Big Dog 97.9 Monday. How about some knowledge nuggets to get you going through the week?
Make me smart. Let's do it.
They're apparently rebooting a 1988 classic, Working Girl. But did you know that NBC tried it as a TV show back in 1990? It only lasted 12 episodes and it starred an unknown actress named Sandra Bullock.
Really? Oh. It's funny when you see some of this stuff that like failed, too.
Yeah.
Did
not work.
Here's my first shot.
Yeah. The first thing anyone ever purchased online was?
A book?
A bag of weed. Some students in Stanford University sold a tiny amount of marijuana to some guys at MIT using an early version of the internet in 1972 called ARPANET. ARPANET.
I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah. There was
in what year?
1972.
What?
But they sold weed to him.
I feel like I just had that bag of weed. It blew my mind.
The average human excretes 6,500 gallons of mucus in a lifetime.
Oh, man, I feel like I'm getting up there this year.
You're double.
Yeah.
You're double and triple the normal. You raised that. It would be 5,000 gallons if you weren't included.
I bring the average up that far. Sorry, guys.
One of your nostrils is always breathing in more air than the other one. But they trade.
The other one's clogged with mucus.
but they trade off every 15 minutes or so to make sure the other one always is clear to handle smells, intricate smells. They trade off.
Wow.
About every 15 minutes, it goes, all right, time.
That's tag. You're
it for 15 minutes.
I'm taking my break.
And people first started saying, God bless you, after someone sneezed back in the 14th century as a prayer to protect them from the plague.
Yeah, I think I'd heard that before.
It's
because we were just dying all the time.
There's some knowledge nuggets for your Monday. Want to believe in the paranormal.
One time when I was driving with some friends, and this was the middle of nowhere, and it had all the horror movie elements. We had accidentally went down a dead-end road, and then a naked guy came to the window looking at us, and we almost got stuck in that guy's yard trying to turn around and get away. That was already a little weird, but kind of funny. But it was pouring rain, and then we're cruising along, and I'm with a couple friends that are super believers in the paranormal, all right? And I think we'd seen something that kind of freaked all of us out. Now, it might have been just a light reflection or something. And we go a little further down the road, and there is just a dude standing in the pouring rain on his front porch. No umbrella. It's late, and it's pouring rain, and he's just watching us drive by on this gravel road. And then we drive a little bit further, and we thought, oh, my God, something is hanging from that tree, like a person is hanging from that tree. And it was just a collection of vines and a limb or something, but it was just, I'd convinced myself at that point. And we drove straight home, and I hid in my parents' house, basically. And that's the closest time I'd be like, oh my God, all the stars are aligned and it's pouring rain and all this stuff's happening. I don't know if that's paranormal as much as horror movie.
I'm going more horror movie.
That was the time. I was scared for my life. And I know it's just coincidental, I'm sure. Or was it? I don't know. What about you?
We were out by a old cemetery. There's an old church by the cemetery. Saw some green lights out in the cemetery. And shortly thereafter, this big light came up over the church. We freaked out, of course, started taking off down this road. The light traveled up over the church and down and started chasing us. We're driving down this gravel road like maniacs. There's like 3 or 4 of us in the car.
Yeah.
We pop over the hill, and it was kept gaining on us. We pop up over the hill and kind of went down. And as soon as we went down, as the light approached, boom, went away. It's like we got far enough out of the range of the cemetery. It was the craziest thing I have ever experienced in my life, and it kind of made me believe in the paranormal.
Yeah, I can see why.
Scared to death.
That sounds pretty bizarre. Yeah. I know everybody has stories. I kind of glad I don't have one of those. I think I might poo myself in that scenario.
What about a movie that messed you up as a kid?
I don't know, man. Like Old Yeller. Old Yeller, maybe. It's like, this is a great dog. He saved his life. All right, boy, now we're going to have to kill the dog.
Yeah.
I think that's for a lot of people, maybe. That one seemed tough to watch as a kid. You?
That definitely, but I think more, this would have been maybe not a kid, more of teenager years. Because I don't remember exactly when it is. Watches like when I was 30 or something. Arachnophobia. The movie Arachnophobia freaked me out, messed me up, freaked out of spiders, and I have been ever since. Not as bad as I was for a while, for like about 5 years after that movie.
Weren't they like giant spiders in that?
There was some. Well, you had the giant, but then you had the little.
The soldier spiders.
The soldier spiders.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever watched that. Anaconda, which might have been about the same time frame. You remember? I think it was one of J-Lo's first or something. They kind of weirded me out for a while. Like, oh, does this water have snakes in it? It's like, dude, it's a toilet. It's fine. But that was the whole premise. And it was, it was kind of weird. You want to go to the creek? No.
Nope. All right, and last, get to know the show. What is your favorite swear word alternative?
Snickerdoodle. I like that one. You?
Son of a monkey.
Yeah, son of a monkey is
Son
good.
of a monkey. I say that a lot.
I was thinking about that question, and I knew some people that use swear word alternatives that probably were just worse than using the curse word itself, if that makes any sense. As I was thinking of some of them, wait a minute, I still don't think I can say that on the air.
Yeah. That alternative's not really an alternative.
Exactly.
Well, there you go. There's Get to Know the Show. We're going to post something up at Chris Purple Haze and Bobby Show. We want to get to know you, and we'll post one of those 3 that we put on there, and you can reply back.
Give us a like and follow.
Are y'all ready, kids?
Ha! What a dumbass.
Dumbass.
What the hell's your problem, you dumbass?
What? A dumbass.
Great moment there, dumbass.
Well, this makes your most regrettable drunk hookup this past weekend look way better all of a sudden.
Not bad to make you feel better about yourself today. Good. Okay.
35-year-old guy named Michael Henson in Ohio was very drunk over the weekend, and he stumbled down the street. Apparently got a little turned on by a red van. So he dropped trowel and tried to get it on.
Tailpipe?
But not in the tailpipe.
Okay.
He was in front of the van and tried to jam it right into the slot in the grills.
Ouch. It's like a cheese grater. Like it's...
Someone saw him, called the cops when they got there.
Yeah, we got a guy trying to screw a van down here.
Michael was passed out on someone's lawn. So they woke him up and arrested him for public indecency because he still had his pants around his ankles.
Put your pants on. Come with us. You're going downtown.
Yeah.
God bless the police.
Yeah. You just never know what you're going to run into.
It's really true, and they got to deal with these people. And my God.
Sexy van.
Hey, good news for Mike is he'll probably get some loving when he goes to jail. It may not be as good as the van, I'm not sure, but he'll get some. You dumbass.
What a dumbass.
Big Dog 97.9 learned a new word over the weekend.
What's that?
Quiet quitting.
I don't know what that means.
When you do as little as possible at work without getting fired. It's called quiet quitting.
So we've been doing that for years.
Now it comes the fun part. Finding out if you work alongside somebody that is quiet quitting, and you can check it out by my list today.
Okay.
Top 6 signs your coworker is quietly quitting.
Okay.
Number 6, the title of her last PowerPoint was whatever. Number 5, he clocks out at 5 p.m., unlike the rest of us hardworking people that clock out at 5:04.
That's right.
Number 4, she stopped raking that stupid Zen garden at her desk.
Do those really help anyone?
Number 3, all she wrote in Frank from accounting's birthday card, happy birthday.
Couldn't have done better than that.
Yeah. Number 2, half of his report is regular paper. The other half is 3-hole punch. Again, top 6 signs your coworker is quietly quitting. Number 1, when you ask if he's working hard or hardly working, he barely laughs. Come on, that's hilarious,
Oh,
right?
it's the best.
All right.
Everybody loves that joke.
There's your top 6 list today. Big Dog 97.9. Kind of mentioned this the other day, kind of in a brief passing.
Yeah, let's expand on this.
I thought about it over the weekend a little bit. Of one, how would this affect your relationship? Could a relationship make it through this? But what it was out driving around. Luckily, and it was weird. I didn't need to go. As soon as we hit the driveway, like pulling into the driveway, it hit. I've got to go. And I've got to go now.
Immediately.
From the time I got out of the car, I ran in, unlocked. I almost am not making it. I'm unbuttoning my pants and getting ready to, pull them down as I'm going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
As I'm pulling, I'm thinking I'm pooping my pants right here in the house. I'm not even going to make it. I get in there and it's out. It was bad. And it hit so suddenly that I started thinking about it. If that would have happened 5 or 10 minutes earlier, driving around when there is no bathroom, and there was no bathroom where we were, or one that we could have got to in time.
Yeah.
I would have had to turn and look and go, I'm sorry, I'm pooping my pants right now. And then literally have explosive in your pants, in the car, right then and there. Would your relationship survive that? It was the most, and that's all I could think about. Oh my God. If this would have happened 5 minutes earlier, I would have pooped myself in the car.
If you think about it, maybe is that the ultimate test? Is it, you ask the question, does the relationship survive this? Well, I think if it does, then it's real.
Is it? Or do you judge them?
Well, you're getting judged, I think, either way.
I know I'm getting judged.
I think if it weren't, it would just be like, you know what? I'm out. I'm out. This might happen again. And then she would just tell people about this guy she once was with, and he crapped himself in the car.
I already know the story would be told.
Oh, yes.
Just like I'm telling it right now.
Yeah, well, right.
Except it didn't. That didn't happen. But it could have.
It could have.
It could have so easily, and I think that's the scary part for me is the fact that literally 5 minutes, it hit so fast, and it was coming out. Whatever we ate, because we had just went to dinner.
You know what it was,
and I'm
right?
not going to mention the location of the restaurant.
But are you going back?
Probably not for quite some time, because I'm sure there was a correlation. And it was good food. It just was, for some reason, there was something
was off.
Something not good.
Yeah.
And it was coming. So I don't know what you could do. I mean, is it worse that I poop myself in the car? Get out in a neighborhood or the side of the road where people
area?
Basically where a lot of people could potentially see you. You pull down your pants on the side of the road and go?
Question, is it your car?
No.
It was hers.
Yes.
Even worse.
And I don't know if
I think
there's a lot of runnage that's going to be happening where it's not going to stay contained.
Was there a ditch nearby where you could kind of hide? No, it would just be
where we were at potentially that had me freaked out. It was residential neighborhoods. So
in somebody's yard.
Or like right next to their driveway and mailbox.
You know what? I think I still opt for that. Let me out.
I think, though, then the cops would get called and you would get a ticket.
Very, very likely.
For indecent exposure.
Yeah. I mean, have you had any of those in the past is the question, right? If you've already had one, or like if you got a strike on that, you can't do that again. But if you don't, and I'd be willing to like explain myself in court. Like, all right, here's the deal. I was trying to avoid making a mess in my girlfriend's car. It was just going to happen. It was uncontrollable. I don't have any history of this.
But what's worse? I mean, pooping outside somebody's car and splattering everywhere?
Oh, I'd run away from the car.
Are in your no, you wouldn't have time.
You were saying you're opening the door and
going
and hanging it out of the car.
Yeah, basically.
Roll down the window so I can roll. So I can hang my butt
keep
out.
driving. And we'll go by the car wash.
I'll pay for a car wash.
I don't know. Is there any worse thing that you could do in a relationship potentially, or to test, besides maybe cheating or anything? But I think the pooping your pants. Luckily, I did not. But there was a fear, and now there's a little bit of fear that potentially I have the pooping in my pants in my future sooner than later.
Hopefully it was just bad food. Also, if we go anywhere, you're driving, because I don't want that in my car.
Follow me, dumbass.
What a dumbass.
Great moment there, dumbass.
A woman in Lincoln, Nebraska told cops she saw a guy in a white Mazda pleasuring himself outside a gas station, but they weren't able to catch up to him. Then another woman called 911 about 6:45 in the morning the next day. They reported the same thing outside of a convenience store.
Oh, gosh.
And they didn't catch him that time either.
He's slippery.
But she told them what he looked like. They also got the license plate number.
Uh-oh.
So they ran it and found out the car belonged to a 21-year-old guy named Nathan Grimes, who fit the description. They went to his house to ask him about it, and he claimed the whole thing was just a big misunderstanding. You see, he admitted he was in his car outside the convenience store that morning and the day before.
Yeah.
But he wasn't self-pleasuring himself.
No.
He was just mixing a protein shake. You know, like one of those in those little shaker bottles. And you got to shake it up.
Really aggressively in my lap.
He claimed that the woman who saw him made the same mistake. But the cops apparently didn't buy it. He's facing 2 charges for indecent exposure. We'll see what happens. But
I think a lawyer might be able to get him off on this. Oh, I didn't realize what I said there. Oh, I like this. We need the follow-up story on this dumbass.
What a dumbass.
Big Dog 97.9. Point of the show, we find out what we learned on the show today. Bobby, what did you learn?
You had what I believe is the ultimate relationship test almost happened to you.
Almost.
And we posed that question. Is pooping your pants in your significant other's car the ultimate? Because I think it is. I think if you stay together after that, then it's on. You know, you're together. You're in this for the long haul, kind of thing.
I think there's only one other place
Where?
that would be worse
Where?
and a bigger test. The bed.
If you pooped their bed?
If you pooped the bed.
Yeah, that's a pretty big one, too.
And how do you hide that? You don't.
No. Then you just get a stained mattress, I think.
Here, let me gather these up. I'm taking them into the laundry room.
I'm going to wash the sheets for us. What did you
Nothing
learn?
to see here or smell.
What did you learn today?
I learned that your favorite alternative to curse word is snickerdoodle.
Snickerdoodle. You got to say it aggressively.
So in other words, you go cookie.
Well, look at me. I'm always thinking cookies.
Snickerdoodle.
Not only is it fun to say, but it's delicious. Let's share one more laugh.
Son of a snickerdoodle.
I don't throw the son of in front.
Oh,
But you
okay.
could, I guess.
I think it works better that way.
Good if you want. Son of a snickerdoodle. I like that too. Let's share one more laugh. What do we got?
We have Brian Regan on putting on weight and underwear.
So I'm putting on a couple pounds, no big deal, you know, typical guy stuff. But I've learned some milestones in putting on a few pounds, you know, little moments where you go, hey, that was new. You know, it used to be I would just put on my underwear and that was it. But then you put on a few pounds, you put on your underwear, you bend over to put on your socks and your waistband flips down. And you stand back up and it flaps back into place. With an awkward little snap. Whoa, that hurt and felt nice. Then you put on a few more pounds, you bend over, your waistband flips down, and when you stand back up, it doesn't flap back into place. You're trying to help it? Come on, snap back into position. You're trying to find the muscles below the abdomen that can push up underwear flaps. That's a hard muscle to find with your brain. I tried to find it, I accidentally wiggled my ears. You know it's time to move up in an underwear size when you take them off, and across your waist people can read Egyptian hieroglyphics.